Hi everyone, it's Jenna here. Sorry I couldn't be in class with you guys to give you my full effect of my speech. But today I have with me Mish and Tyler, and we are going to be doing the current media framing of the Yemen conflict. So obviously we've all read the articles that we have given us. The first one that I'm going to go over is the Yemen crisis, who is fighting whom. Basically it's talking about the mass killing in Yemen, and that this is one of the largest humanitarian disasters that there have been in quite a while. So the Houthis have taken over and basically overthrown their new president, and have taken control of a little section of the country due to the fact that the president is being scared by them. This is causing health facilities to not function, and there are quite a lot of health facilities that are not functioning and leaving people basically in pain and suffering. And this isn't helping with our oil shipment, but due to the fact that the U.S. isn't mainly stepping in because Yemen does support one of the largest oil shipments to the U.S. Okay, then we have the U.S. support to Saudi Arabia to hinge on Yemen's ceasefire. So basically on October 8th, there was a strike, and it killed more than 100 people at a funeral, and this apparently was the final straw for the administration of Saudi Arabia. Basically, the Pentagon launched Tomahawk cruise missiles against the Houthi targets because they were supposedly to have attacked U.S. nearby ships. Okay? Obviously, there's no available comment from the Saudi government, of course, and it's really hard for the U.S. to walk away from this situation just due to the fact that Saudi Arabia and the U.S. have had a good relationship in the past. Okay, now we're going to talk about Edmund's benefits of a consistent concept of framing. They include audience autonomy, journalistic objectivity, content analysis, and public opinion and normative democratic theory. Okay, so basically audience autonomy is the concept of framing that provides an operational definition of the notion of dominant meaning. It is so central to debates about polysemy and audience independence in decoding media text. So basically, to identify something as dominant, the particular framing of the situation that is most heavily supported in the text is what we are looking for. So basically, in both of these articles, it is showing that the main thing that we are talking about is the U.S. involvement. So in the first one, the U.S. involvement was that we didn't want to get involved because of the oil shipment. And then in the second one, it was talking about how the U.S. is trying to just keep everything cool due to the fact that Saudi Arabia and the U.S. have had such a good relationship in the past. The second one is journalistic objectivity. Journalists may follow rules for objective reporting, yet they convey a dominant framing of the news tech that prevents most audience members from making a balanced assessment of a situation. So therefore, what the articles are showing us is not exactly why these certain things are happening, so we can get a good and relative understanding, but more so just what is happening currently, and not really giving too much of a background. Okay, and then we have content analysis. That's the major task of determining textual meaning, and we should be able to identify and describe the frames. So in this, obviously, the media is framing the relationship between the U.S. and Yemen, and the U.S. and Saudi Arabia, and how we can be involved. So that's why the first one was basically, is Yemen only fighting Yemen? And then finally, we have public opinion and normative democratic theory. And that's basically showing that these frames can determine just what public opinion is, a different frame, and it's a survey evidence, and even voting can indicate a different public opinion. So this is shown in our two articles by showing the public and how they are seeing Yemen and Saudi Arabia and exactly what they want to be done, and how they feel about the situation, including all of the bombing and everything else that's going on. And now I'm going to pass it over to Mish.